Yeah, I mean, I think it appears that this is feeding the narrative that Trump is repeating again and again, that he is the victim. And I would say the prudential wisdom or judgment of the attorney general and the district attorney in bringing forth this case at this time, from all appearances, looks to be political considerations. And as for the case, as the lawyers for the former president said, this seems to be done in real estate all the time. And so I would argue that I think the same strict application of this standard should be done towards other real estate developers in New York City and New York. If this is going to be the way things are, I would find a lot of donors for the Democratic Party of the current governor, the current attorney general, and the current district attorney would probably not support that kind of action. So it really does play to the narrative of him being a political victim. And if that's what Democrats want, if they really want to marry the Republican Party to a nominee of President Trump, it really doesn't help the optics if they also have a corruption versus corruption election in 2024 with President Biden.
Well, you could sum that up in 3 words. I mean, rule of law. I think what is being failed to capture here is that we don't know that this has not been applied against other developers. We know that the cases are politically sensitive, and we also know that there are political risks for Democrats in bringing these cases. However, you can't just bring the case when you feel like it. You bring the case when you have evidence. And if there is evidence that this has been a targeted prosecution aimed at getting Donald Trump or crippling him for the 2024 presidential run, I've yet to see it, mainly because these charges were developed before he decided to announce for his bid for the presidency, and it seemed like, to my mind, the coincidence was that he announced his run for president after he knew these charges were coming. So I think that there's been scant evidence that they've targeted him and that this is a corrupt or weaponized system. And I think that this has been evidence of what, the evidence, the New York Times uncovered a lot of evidence about Trump's real estate holdings and his dealings and his taxes after he became president, after suing and opening and finding these records. So I think it's all of a piece. I think it's kind of a bit of a stretch to say that this is a weaponized system, especially when you've got so many other people serving time for lesser offenses in America's prisons.